Alright, welcome to the Forever Coco Chanel channel. You know, we up in here yet again. I'm probably going to end up re-recording this because I look crazy. I actually have a hair appointment tomorrow. And I knew that I was going to do, like, either my nails today or I was going to do a you know, whatever. I have me some cookies. You know, I just made some for the house. I made my babies and myself some grilled cheese. Granted, we had spaghetti earlier, we took a nap, and then when we woke up, my baby was like, I'm hungry. And I, as a mother, I'm not sure about y'all, and I ain't trying to come for y'all. I'm just trying to say I'm not gonna hear that more than once from my kids. Not gonna do it. I'm very passionate about my position with them. So anyway, so I wanted to go ahead and do a mukbang with you guys with these cookies and really just touch base and do another story time. I got stories, y'all. So these are some turtle cookies. So when you crack it open, it has some, you know, whatever. Anyway, I was telling this story earlier to my babies and their grandmother, and I thought that's gonna be a good story for YouTube, right? So let me go ahead and put some gloss on, and I'll get right back. You know. So anyway, so this story is dated back to, I have no idea how long ago that story, or how long this was. I was in middle school, so let's just say it was around 2007, hypothetically. Let's just say it was 2007. My mom, we were living in Orlando or whatever. We moved to Jacksonville, right? My mom had a baby, and with her boyfriend at the time, they had gotten engaged or whatever. So she pretty much wanted to be with him. We moved to Jacksonville, but with Jacksonville, I'm not sure exactly as an adult what was going on. But as a child, my mom pretty much discussed with my aunt who lives in Tampa, hey, I want my kids to go to school. I don't think we were able to go to school because of some reason, you know, however long after we had moved to Jacksonville, we had moved to Tampa with my aunt. So we were there for about a year. Let's say we were there for a year or whatever. And then we moved back to Orlando with my mom. My mom had moved back here. So anyway, there with my aunt, and we were, you know, with my cousins. I'm going to eat out this time. So we were living with my cousins, and these are my favorite cousins. Even were there besides the fact that we went to Michigan. So anyway, so we're there. We go up to Michigan. And let me say this, when we were all together, we were some firecrackers. Like, you ain't want to mess with us. For one, I'm a fire sign. My oldest cousin was a fire sign. And my sister and her younger sister were the same sign, or air signs, right? We were feeding off of each other, you know what I'm saying? We go to Michigan. We have family that we touch base with. You know, we're going to ride around. We're going to post up. Maybe they'll have a cookout because we're coming. Or whatever the case is, you know, maybe there'll be a holiday or something. Not all the time, but some of the time.
You could not tell me that every video wasn't a mukbang.
What did happen, and my bed is a mess, but that's not even there. So anyway, so what did happen was, we were supposed to have a get together. And they were, my family, like the adults, because I was like in middle school, like I said. So the adults, they were cooking. So I remember my cousin had her school up the street, that we were able to walk there, and they were having a talent show. And we went. We had such a good time. I did. I thought we was all having a good time. I thought, it's me, baby. I thought we was having a good time. So what happened was, when we were leaving, that as the end of the situation, I guess their school band started to play. You know, they had like the drums, like it was like, you know, they did their thing. It was like a second line sort of situation in the school. We went from like their little auditorium thing to into their hallway, and they went off. I mean, it was very talented. Like, we had a good time. I thought we were having a good time. So as we're in the hallway, there's people like maneuvering just all around, right? And personally, me every time I go somewhere, there's always one female. And some of y'all on here, well, not all of y'all, because I'm hoping all of you get a kinship and we can go ahead and parlay. You understand? So anyway, but there's always somebody who just, my energy irritates them. And I'm not saying this has something to do with me. I'm just saying with us being there, I'm sure we irritated somebody, and or we were just new and these people are like, who the fuck is this? So anyway, we were standing around and we were pretty much, I believe we were separate, but we all saw, like, we could see each other. My cousin who went to that school was parlaying and with some of her friends, and my cousins that I was with and my sister, I remember I was with my youngest cousin, and we had their godbrother there with us, and then my sister, and she was somewhere too. I don't remember her being around me. But anyway, so I'm with my cousin and we're sitting here, right? We're standing here, you know, parlaying. Nobody said nothing, right? But like I said, the energy was what it was. I do resort to violence, but I'm not confrontational. I don't like confrontation if I don't need to. So I'm just chilling. I can observe the situation, but you don't have to egg it on. So I think my cousin lost her mind and forgot that we were not in Tampa, but we were in Detroit. Like, she's right in front of me. And I can tell people are walking around us, and I can see kind of girls as my cousin is talking to me or saying whatever. I can see the girls, like, you know how you walk looking at somebody and they behind you looking at you and you're like, bitch, I'm not even talking to you, but I ain't say nothing. Like I said, I'm ready for the bullshit, but I'm not gonna present the bullshit. My cousin, I guess, you know, whatever, like I said, I think she lost her mind for a second, forgot where we were, and she started talking about what she would do to a bitch. Like, oh, beat a bitch up and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay. And I knew things had taken a turn. Like, you know, I was like, all right, so it's time for us to go. So eventually I do remember walking out of the courtyard of the school, and we went up the street going back towards my cousin's house. So my cousin at some point got out of Dodge, the one who lives there. She got out of Dodge. She didn't want nothing to do with the situation, and her point was she had to live there.
Now, if I get into it with them, I gotta live here. You don't.
We did. We went, when we did get back home, we was like, bitch, what's the problem? And I don't think we talked to her since then. I don't remember talking to her before then. And so anyway, we go up the street and we're walking, and they had their godbrother with them. If I haven't said that already, so it was just me and my two cousins, my sister and their godbrother. So just four of us, and it was me. So we're going up the street, and one of the, you know, loudmouth girls of them, you know, pretty much approached us like, what was that? What was all of that? Oh, so you about that thing, you about that life. So, you know, whatever. So we're talking, where you from, all this extra shit, because that's what they really wanted to know. You know what I mean? That's why they was giving us a stink eye, you know? And my cousin, I think my youngest cousin, she wasn't even born in Detroit. So I think she thought her hood was the toughest, but I was born in Michigan. And though I left when I was like 5 years old, I already knew what the vibes was, you know?
Various dangerous guys that we're talking about here. 2 lives lost, and as you heard from the assistant chief there, they were targeted over expensive items that they were wearing. If you know anywhere where these guys might be, call Detroit police right away. Reporting live on Detroit's west side.
So anyway, where y'all from? Where y'all from? Whatever. In my peripheral, I see them, like some boys jumping on their brother. Like I said, I don't start nothing, but I'm with it. So when I saw it, I pulled, you know, I'm boom, 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 boom. We are, as the girls, we gonna protect him. I'm just gonna say I would love to see more black men act like that towards black women. When you see a black woman in a situation, cousin or not, you're supposed to run down. You know, use your intuition, your discernment, but do what you have to do. Like, so anyway, so we ran up on them. The girls took that as a moment to run up on us. So we running up, we're fighting. At this point, the whole block is a fight. I'm not sure who everybody else is fighting. I just know that me and my cousins are fighting. I did ended up finding out my youngest cousin who started all of it and my sister were in somebody's backyard at some point behind their gate. I guess somebody helped them. I do know that they went to somebody's house and knocked on the door, and people was like, no, like, what the fuck? What you want us to do? So anyway, and we did end up finding out that they were a gang because of the way they wore their clothes. Like, I'm guessing they were from some place called Dexter out there. No hate, Dexter. You ain't gotta find me. You ain't gotta look for me. It's me, baby. It's all love. It's me, baby.
Who sent you here?
Nobody sent me here.
How do you know where I live?
It's me, baby. It's me.
What are you talking? Bro.
Like I said, the whole block was a fight. I can just see what I'm seeing. Some chick is like over me. I'm giving this bitch everything. Like I'm boop, boop, boop. And I remember I was on the floor. But I'm popping up. And she wasn't really doing much. I think she was more so trying to stay up. I'm not saying I beat her up. I know damn well I wasn't getting beat up.
I don't fight. I don't wrestle. I beat bitches up.
Okay. So then, during all of that, I looked to the side of my cousin, my oldest cousin, and we're pretty close because we're both fire signs, like I was saying. So I look at her, and she was wearing this dress, and it was like a tube dress, so you could, like, either way you wanted to pull it up or down, you could take it off of her. And we'll probably edit that out. More of the story is I was like, oh hell no, y'all got me fucked up. So I run up, and I pop one of the loudmouth that was popping all that noise initially. I pop it. Oh, I mean, I was just like, bitch, bing, 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 bing. I'm getting these hoes up off of my cousin. Then in the midst of all this, I had my cousin's phone, and I called my aunt, and I'm like, hey, auntie, we on the corner of X, Y, and Z. Get your ass over here, because it just got real. So they thought we were calling some people. They called some people. Before our people got there, her people got there. So some big brolic ass boy, and I call him a boy because you don't put your hands on women and be a man. You're a fucking boy. You somebody's son. What happened was he pulled up, and my cousin was like up against the fence or whatever, and he was like, you hit my sister, and he popped her. All right, for one, your sister was on my cousin, and two, bitch, if you really want to know, I hit your sister. I hit your sister. I hit her. Or whatever. So he punched my cousin in her face. You know, I remember saying, girl, you look like a cat. You look like a sexy cat, because you know her stuff had swollen. Aunt showed up. She sped around that corner. It was amazing. I only seen it in a movie since. And whatever, my cousin went to the hospital. Her sister, her younger sister, my younger cousin was like, oh, I just feel like it was my fault. And I'm like, you think? We never had that conversation, but it was your fault, sis.